Alrighty, bang bang, what's going, guys? To an exciting new edition, main event, Talkin Hands. As always, I'm Espresso Cycle, joined by Mr. Danny Betts. Huge weekend action this week. Of course, we're going to talk about Amanda Serrano, Katie Taylor 3, the trilogy. Maybe the final fight, maybe not. We don't know. Also, Sheeraz, Berlanga, Shakur is back, and Matias versus Puello.
Puello.
And then obviously there's even more to discuss. Big boxing news, ton of action this week, so we're gonna get right into it. As always, we recap the fights that happened last week. Shout Blackdom 3 and Aubrey in the chat. I think Aubrey saying fight goes the distance in Serrano Taylor, which I think will likely happen. Hey, let's break down fight happened last week. Jack Catterall, Harlem Eubank. Didn't have anything on this fight. Kind of talked backstage, talked about last week on the show. The odds sucked. The most obvious outcome was going to be Catterall decision. Catterall ends up winning decision. Clash of heads. I think round 6 it happened. Go to the scorecards. Catterall wins the decision. I did think it was funny. Eubank was not throwing like a tirade about it, but he was like, oh, I want a rematch and stuff, or like, I want a big fight. And Catterall's people were like, yeah, we're moving on. Like, we're not even dealing with this. We're done with this. So I thought that was funny. Dan, what are your thoughts? Like I said, kind of a crappy fight, but thoughts on last week's fight?
A shit show, man. Shout out to Con Clips, man, my guy. And everybody else in the chat, man. It was a shit show, bro. I mean, I was kind of tempted on the underdog on Eubank to pull the trigger, but the next day, I talked to the people in the Patreon. I'm like, nah, bro, I'm gonna pass completely this weekend. We got some big cards coming up on Friday and Saturday. And yeah, thank God, because I was, like I said, it was a shit show. We get this a lot. I always talk about it. You get Southpaw versus Orthodox.
Yeah.
And, clash of heads happens a lot, bro. So, I mean, it was a bad cut. They stopped it. The funny part was Catterall's cut was worse. The doctor checked him first, and he said he was okay. And then the doctor went to the other corner to check on Eubank, and then he called it, which was weird to me. Because the Eubank cut was not even that bad at all.
Right. Yeah.
But I don't know, man. Yeah, I would just move on.
Yeah. I mean, we did the show for the video last week. Horrible and easy. Like I said, easy pass for me. Odds sucked. And like Dan said, Chow Kong's Clips, gifting a membership. If you guys could, get those memberships up. Kevin Hawthorne, what's going on, Kevin, Lakeland, Florida. And Nasty Nate wants Jake Paul.
Let's go, Nate.
Honestly, at this point, Nasty Nate, Jake Paul would probably fight you. He probably would.
No, he won't.
No,
there's no money in that. No disrespect, Nate. You might got it.
Yeah. Let's get right into it. Talk about what the fight is for the video. Amanda Serrano, Katie Taylor 3. Current odds, FanDuel have, for me, now these odds I feel like have been bouncing around left and right. I have minus 164 Serrano, plus 128 Taylor. Serrano decision, even money. Serrano KO plus 6. Taylor KO plus 1,800. Taylor points plus 145. Like I said, third fight, last fight, arguable robbery. First fight, close. Both fights were very close. Kind of what you like here. And this fight will be Friday, Netflix. So if you guys have Netflix, tune into this fight Friday night on Netflix. Danny, what do you think? You think Serrano finally gets a victory in this trilogy?
Yeah, these have been some great fights. This is the third one. I hate seeing that it's 0-2 Taylor's way. I've bet Taylor both times. First fight was super close. I thought Taylor edged it out. I thought she finished strong. Even though Serrano had the best moment out of both fights. When she hurt her, I don't remember exactly. I think it was like round 6 or 7. She hurt Taylor in the first fight. But I just thought after that, she lost a little bit of momentum and she got complacent, and Taylor took over the last couple rounds. The second fight, I thought Serrano won, even though I had money on Taylor. Yep. And I was watching it with my boy. We were actually in New Orleans.
Yes, it was Jake Paul, Mike Tyson night too.
Yeah, yes. Yeah. And I thought Serrano edged it out. Like she landed the bigger shots. They were going at it. Um, again with the cut, this time she does it a lot. Taylor does dip her head a lot, but
Yeah.
fighting southpaw and orthodox, you're gonna get that a lot. Open stance. So that was a big, kind of screwed up Serrano a little bit with that cut, I think, in my opinion. But the third fight here, man, I could watch these ladies fight all the time. It's been great fights. The only thing I want Serrano to do more is go to the body. She headhunts a little bit too much.
Mm-hmm.
Southpaw, good power. Taylor has quicker hands, good combinations. That's why it's a great fight style wise. Power puncher against a little bit more slick, quicker hands. Um, and this line says a lot to me too. Like I think this fight we're gonna see, even though I've been on Taylor both fights, I'm honestly gonna probably pass, to be honest.
Yeah.
But if I had a bet, I think I'm gonna be on the Serrano side. Probably just money line. I know it's a little bit chalky, minus 160s, but that saves you from a draw, something like that, head clash. They stop the fight and they go to the scorecard, stuff like that, and it goes to a draw or something, something crazy. But I do think Serrano, it's set up for Serrano to win, in my opinion. That's why I don't want to go back to the well and bet on Taylor. And I kind of see Taylor from the last fight a little bit of decline, even though they're kind of close to the same age. I see a big fight. For me personally, this is why I think narrative or whatever you want to call it. I think Serrano wins the decision more clear this time,
Yeah.
and they try to set up a huge fight against Baumgartner. Even though Baumgartner's going to be on this card,
Yeah. She's
and
undercard.
she
Yeah.
has a fight. So that's how I see it. I mean, I think that's what they're hoping for. They're both signed with MVP. It makes way too much sense, and that's a big money fight. I mean, like, I want to see it. I hope that happens. Even though I'm a big fan of Taylor too, but I got a rep for my girl, Puerto Rican girl Serrano. Betting wise, I think that's the side this time. So I'll take my money and bounce with Taylor the first two fights and
Yeah.
leave this one alone. But I think Serrano lands the bigger shots and wins a decision.
Yeah. Yeah. I agree. I thought Taylor just didn't box enough either. The last fight, and Serrano just lands the bigger punches. And
Yeah.
Taylor does, like, she goes to the corner and she does know, like, she's like, with her head, kind of
Yeah.
like what Black Thumb is saying with the headbutts, like she knows what she's doing to kind of tick Serrano off. And Serrano does get it in her head with the blood, and then she did let loose a bit. But I don't really agree with Leargoal here, because I think people think this and then they're gonna play Taylor. It's
That's my
like, oh
point. The line
yeah,
says a lot.
yeah, like she won the first two fights, but I think everyone watching that fight, because everyone was watching that fight because on the Tyson card, said robbery, bad
Yeah.
decision. Like,
I kind of disagree a little bit. If it was like 190 minus 200, then yeah. But minus 160 is really playable for sure.
yeah,
Decision's only minus 105. Like I said,
yeah,
you take that and you get screwed on a draw. You don't get your money back. You
yeah,
got the
draw
money line.
or
Yeah.
or if there's like a DQ or something.
Yeah. So at least the money line covers. I'd rather pay up for that than just go decision. Even though I think it's gonna go decision.
Yeah, I mean, odds to go are crazy, right? For goes the distance. Yeah, minus
Yeah,
800.
yeah,
Yeah,
it's
just
just not.
yeah,
I know somebody messaged there in the chat, but like
yeah,
that's unplayable. Andre said, "Danny, you ready to watch Norman Steve Haney?" Hey, we got a long time for that fight. We were talking about it a little bit last week.
yeah, November. Yeah,
That's in November. I can't wait. That's a good fight, man. I'm a little bit surprised Haney took that fight, to be honest. But
yeah. Yeah, Leargoal, people calling either fight robbery, don't get out scoring work. SEMO, close fights could have gone either way. Yeah, I think the
Yeah.
more thing is what Danny said earlier with it's 2-0 Taylor, and you could argue Serrano looked.
Me personally, I think is 1-1.
Yeah. Yeah, I thought Serrano won the last fight. I'm pretty sure I'd probably bet Serrano the last fight, to be honest. Blackton said live line had Taylor plus 700 when fight ended. Yeah, it really, in the end, it was the cut that kind of ruined her. Once that happened, Serrano lost a little bit of aggression, didn't push as much, but Yeah, I like
Yeah, she
Serrano
got
here.
frustrated because of the headbutts, like you were saying.
Yeah. Yeah, I think Serrano will win the fight. I think it should be another great fight. Like I said, Friday, Netflix. Uh, Dane, do you have anything on any of the undercard before we get into
I
Saturday's main
still
event?
gotta dig in, but I'm gonna tell y'all now. I like Baumgartner by KO. Is that around like
Okay.
plus 180? She's finding some chick from Spain, tall, lanky, good boxer, has no power. Definitely a big step up for her. Um, and I think she'll do all right in the beginning. You know, trying to outbox Baumgartner, but I think Baumgartner's gonna pick her apart later with body shots and just chip away. And I think the stoppage is definitely live at that price. So,
Yeah.
and she's due. Is like I said, man. It's the line says a lot too. Like plus 180. You don't see that a lot, like in chick fights and things like that. Um, I think the knockout's definitely live.
Yeah. Okay. Like we said, we're gonna move on tomorrow's Saturday's actual main event. This fight, so Sheeraz take on Edgar Berlanga. This fight, the odds have moved quite a bit. Sheeraz now a favorite. FanDuel minus 144. Berlanga plus 112. Berlanga decision plus 360. Berlanga KO plus 250. Shiraz decision plus 190. Shiraz KO plus 260. Out in New York, Danny, where you like in here, you think Berlanga gets dubbed back after the Canelo fight, or Shiraz put him in back-to-back losses?
I'm sorry, I'm laughing because everybody keeps talking about the Canelo fight like that was his last fight. But
Oh
it's
no,
funny.
he beat a clown in
No,
like a minute.
everywhere I
Yeah,
listen,
yeah. I
everybody just skips
forgot.
that one
Yeah,
because it's true. Well,
he beat
I'll
a
talk.
clown in a minute. Yeah,
Yeah, I'll talk about that in a second.
yeah,
Lurgo, I actually agree. He likes Santel Cameron by KO. What's his juice? It's like minus 175 around there. I think she gets it done. He likes Baumgartner KO. Either Green and Metcalf. Those I gotta dig into, and I do agree those two dogs are alive. Cause Green's fighting Marshall, Savannah Marshall, after 2.5 years layoff, you know, and Metcalf, she's fighting my girl, you know, I forget her name now. Terneka. Yeah. So we'll see. I don't like her as a favorite. I think she gets it done, but we'll see. But yeah, this is a huge fight, man. I'm excited for this one. We all seen that fight with Sheeraz versus the Dominican, his last fight, Adames,
yeah,
and
yes,
I,
yeah.
you know, we've been hot on him. Me and you.
Mm-hmm.
Personally, I had a bet 7-12. I thought later Adames could gas and you know, he could get picked apart, and at that price, I had to play it. But Adames is a good power puncher, good you know, decent jab, things like that. But Shiraz was doing well in the beginning, outboxing him in like the first 3 rounds. Then I think in round 4, supposedly, which makes a lot of sense, he hurt his hand,
Yeah, that's what I
and
heard too. Yeah.
it makes a lot of sense because after that it was just downhill. Like he wasn't doing anything like at all.
Mm-hmm.
And Adames had, like I say, he has power, so he was just respecting that. And Adames just took over after that, and the conspiracy, not even conspiracy, is what happened. Turkey Addy, she came to the corner of Shiraz and told him like, "Yo, bro, you down?" Told him the scorecard basically,
Mm-hmm.
and then I think it was like round 9 or something like that. And Shiraz made an adjustment. He started doing a little bit better. I had money on Shiraz. I thought Adames won.
Yeah.
I'm not talking about. I'm not saying like, you know, 9 rounds to you know whatever, but like I thought Adames won pretty. I hate to say like clearly, but he won the fight. And to get a draw, at least he didn't lose his belt. But that was just some BS. And I had money on Shiraz. But I do think that he did hurt his hand. And I mean, that was his power hand too. So he's big for the division. This was at 160. Now he's going at 168. We've
Yep.
always said he's been way too big for 160. So I do like the move. He's at 168. Fine Berlanga that's been at 168, which is a big guy too. We seen him fight Canelo, and you know what? I don't like giving people a lot of credit to taking like L's, But he did show heart. He got knocked down early in that fight, and he didn't back down. You know, he's got that dog in him. He went in there and tried to fight. Started talking shit to Canelo and things like that, which I like. Not like Charlo over here trying to run around, or Skull running around for dear life, not trying to engage with Canelo and things like that. So I do give him credit for that. We know that he has power. He's got a bunch of knockouts in the first round. You know, the beginning of his career and things like that. And this is a good test for both fighters, man. Whoever wins this fight is gonna skyrocket, in my opinion. There's a lot of things that to like about Berlanga. There's a lot of things to like about Sheeraz. This is in New York. I mean, this is his hometown. Berlanga's hometown, backyard, whatever you want to say. I've been torn. I'll be honest. I've been torn. Like if I gotta go money line or pick a side, I do like Shiraz because I think it's a buy low spot. He changed trainers with Joseph Parker's trainer, Andy Lee. I think that's a great move because we've seen what Parker's doing lately. And you know, going to 168, I think is a good move too because he's huge. The guy's huge, 6'3". He's gonna fill out in this division, in my opinion. And the bet I love for this fight is a no distance.
Yeah.
I got even money. It's I don't want to go too crazy, but it's pretty hard for me to see this fight going a distance, man. Cause like Berlanga, just the style wise, Berlanga's gonna go in there and fight. He's not gonna. He's not like a pretty. I'm gonna outbox you from the outside, jab combinations. That's not his style. He likes to fight inside the pocket, try to land his right hand, counter you, use the jab to get in there. And Shiraz can mix it up. Shiraz can mix it up. He can outbox you. For me, he can make this look easy and outbox him from the outside.
Yeah.
But he likes to engage too. And I think he knows that. And the way they've been talking, you know, there's beef and things like that. And obviously, Shiraz is not happy with his ass performance. I just think I don't like the. I've always said this about Shiraz though. I don't like his inside the pocket defense. He leaves his chin up there, tall man defense. He's been down. Berlanga's been down. Shit, Ammo Williams hurt Shiraz, buzzed him. So I that chin's a little bit, you know, questionable in my eyes. But at 168, I think it'll be better. I think this is going to be a war eventually. And somebody's going night-night, in my opinion, or TKO style.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's a good fight, like you said. I think these
yeah.
are two very good fighters at 168. Talked about when the fight got announced. I like Shiraz. I don't think I'm going to change my opinion. I like Shiraz still. I just think he has a little too much for Berlanga. I do like the no distance bet because I do think people are going to think, oh, Shiraz can only win a decision, when I don't think that's how he's going to fight. I actually do think he's going to fight Berlanga. And Berlanga is going to just come crashing at him, throw hooks, go to the body, really try to beat him up. Because if Berlanga doesn't, like, buzz him early, Berlanga could get, like, beaten up pretty bad, like, late and then stopped. So I like Shiraz here. I like the money line. I just think he's the better fighter, the better boxer. I think Berlanga has more power, but like we said, Shiraz moving up, hopefully helps his chin. Hopefully he doesn't get caught too much, and hopefully he blocks and boxes well and gets some big fights. Shout out Nicholas Handy in the chat. Shout out Gerardo Hernandez as well in the chat. What's going on, guys? Yeah, I think it's a fun fight. I wish we lived in New York because I don't know if you've heard, they're basically begging people to go to the fights. Like they're they're like handing tickets out because they can't sell it to save their life.
Shit, go send me one.
Yeah,
I'll make the drive.
Yeah, Shao Lurgo got a great line.
Yeah, if you got the plus odds earlier, this line flipped. It was by the time I made my decision, but I really like that no distance too. So if you got him at plus money, that's a great bet.
Yeah, because I think Berlanga's only path to victory is KO. He's going to win the decision.
I don't think so either. It's going to be tough. And like I said, like he's on his hometown, so he's one not to back down. So he's going to go to war with this guy. As a hometown being all pumped up too. We've seen it with Canelo at least. Like he's not going to back down. So one other thing that jab, Shiraz's jab is just it's nasty, bro. I can see
Yeah,
like him clipping him to the point that Berlanga gets frustrated. He starts bleeding from the nose. It's because of the jab landing a lot over time. That's how I see it. And then over time, he picks him apart late. And like you said, like Berlanga has the knockout power, the one shot, which he can catch him. Don't get me wrong, for sure.
yeah.
That's why I like playing both sides. I think he could go either way, but I'm picking Shiraz to get it done. But I love the no distance.
I also think with Berlanga, I feel like it's a lack of quality of opposition. Obviously, he fought Canelo, but
Yeah,
besides that, it hasn't been the greatest. And some of these other fights, he's gotten buzzed by lesser guys too
yeah,
with
yep.
Berlanga and dropped. So,
I mean, you can say that for Shiraz too.
yeah, of
He
course.
got dropped back against I forget, I even forget the guy's name. I mean, he
Yeah.
got back up and knocked him out, but um I just think he was draining himself too also. And at 160.
Yeah, no, I mean the first we did it like the first couple fights. I watched him when he was on these cards, right? These like Saudi Arabia type
Yeah.
cards. It's like, man, this guy like he has it, but
Bro,
the
when
worry is getting hit. Yeah,
yeah, bro, when he fought cuz the best one he has is against Amo Winners, but then remember when he fought
hmm
Tyler Denny?
yeah, it was a joke. Yeah,
Bro, he looked like he was like three weight classes bigger than him.
yeah, yeah,
It was a massacre. Like, what are we doing here?
yeah. It was a total joke. Yeah. So, but yeah, this is a good fight. I like it a lot, and I think it's gonna be a fun one.
Yeah, I'm excited
Lyrical
for him, man.
Lyrical also likes Puello money line. We'll get to that here shortly. Uh, we'll just clump them all together with like the undercard as a whole. Co-main event. We'll get to that. I believe it's Shakur, right? Shakur Stevenson taking on Zepeda. Stevenson minus 1200. Zepeda plus 680. FanDuel. Method of victory here: Stevenson points minus 220. Stevenson KO plus 250. Zepeda KO plus 850. Zepeda points plus 1700. I'll just get this out of the way. If you like Zepeda, no reason to take the decision. He's not win a decision against Shakur Stevenson. I can tell you that. Danny, what do you like
You never
here?
know. Rolly Romero wanted to.
Yeah, but that was I don't know, Ryan Garcia was on drugs. Like I don't even know what that was the worst
That was
fight.
bad, bro. That
Yeah.
was horrible.
Shout Andrew G as well.
Fuck shit. Shout out to Andrew G, my guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll try to make these quick because it's already 8 o'clock. But
Mhm.
I like Stevenson in this fight. Great boxer. Lacks power. We know his hands. He's had hand surgery. His hands get hurt almost every fight, to be honest.
Yeah.
But he's one of the better boxers, or the best at distance management, in and out. Making you miss and combinations and things like that. Zepeda, total opposite. Come forward, throw volume, trying to break you down, trying to like break your will and just get you out of there, like true Mexican style. We saw him fight Tevin Farmer. Farmer was being way too tough for his own good. He was getting killed in that fight.
Yeah.
And I thought he came back way too early, and look what happened. He fought Schofield and got knocked out in the first round. But
Yeah.
Zepeda, I think, is a perfect style for Stevenson. He doesn't have to look for him. Zepeda's gonna come forward. I think Stevenson's gonna play it safe. It'll be a little bit exciting just because of the way Zepeda fights. But I think it's just decision all day. It was for Stevenson. Maybe I'm not gonna put money on it. I'm not betting him by KO. The only fight I would have was short notice Paddy.
Yeah. The last
His last fight.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
it. I think it's Stevenson all day. Yunnan decision in here. Maybe if his hands healed up and they're good the whole fight, maybe a late stoppage, like super late, 9-12. I'm not betting it, but I got Stevenson for sure.
Yeah. Before I get into it, shout Joey DFS. I'd hit the like if you guys could. Yeah, hit the like button. Andrew G, Cole Stein, all the fellas here in the chat. Yeah, so what's funny to me is Stevenson went on, I don't know if it was Ariel Hawani or something, he did an interview because Turkey was saying, hey, I'm not doing Tom and Jerry fights. They're going to fight.
Mm-hmm.
Stevenson basically said, I don't know who the fuck he's talking about. I'll fight how I want. You're going to pay me. Because I feel like people think he's going to get a KO or like fight for the KO. Stevenson's not going to do that. Stevenson's
Yeah.
going to run around and box and just win a points decision here, like 10-2, like pretty easy. And here, good information here from Leargold, big ring. So looks like it's gonna be a big boxing ring Saturday night, and big ring means the boxers are gonna box and not.
Who said that? Because I saw something about 18-18.
He said Mike Coppinger on Twitter. I mean, if it's a big ring, yeah, it's gonna suit the boxers, and I just think it's I don't want to say fake trash talk by Shakur, but he'll say like, "Oh, I'm gonna, beat your ass," this and that.
I mean, bro, that's how he talks.
Yeah, and
That's
every
why
fight
people
we
don't.
see, we
Yeah.
watch, it's the same thing. This guy throws 12 punches, lands 8 jabs, and the other guy just can't touch him. So Stevenson wins the fights and the rounds like over and over. I see no difference. Stevenson decision. It's I mean, I guess the odds suck, but that's how he's gonna win. Like, yeah. I mean, we'll continue on from there. Not my best bet. I think Stevenson. I think you could probably parlay the decision. I don't think he's getting the KO, honestly, but odds kind of tough. Guess we'll get into Puello, Matias. FanDuel right now does have it as a pick 'em. I have minus 112 each way. Puello decision plus 155. Puello KO plus 500. Matias decision plus 470. Matias KO plus 160. Danny, what are you liking here? Puello or Matias?
Real quick though, like if you look it up, I'm seeing 18-18 on Lurgo. But I don't know. The ring, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, the ring size, yeah.
Yeah. Bro, I can't. This is another fight. I love this card, but if you know me, I've been a Matias guy for a long time. I've also been a Puello guy for a while, a couple times. Puello, great boxer, good jab, good movement, good defense. Dominican cat. I think he's only got like 7 stoppages. We've seen him beat Gary Antoine Russell. Akhmadayev, I had a bet on him in that fight. And it was close, man. I kind of thought he lost, to be honest. It was close.
Yeah.
But, having a bet on him, I was happy. Same thing when he fought Sandor Martin. Close fight. I thought he lost that fight. And a lot of things in common for that fight. All 3 of those guys are southpaws. He's a southpaw too, obviously. So, But I mean, Sandor Martin is a totally different style. Like he's crafty, tricky boxer, southpaw style. And we know Matias is more like Akhmadayev. He's gonna come forward. He's gonna fight. He ain't gonna box. He's gonna fight. He's gonna come land his combinations, work the body, throw a lot of volume, come forward. And this could be a cat and mouse. You know what I mean? Like, even though I can see Puello really outboxing Matias, but at the same time, I could see Matias because there was a lot of times that Akhmadayev had Puello stuck on the ropes and in the corner. One thing I don't like if I'm Puello, he doesn't hold a lot. Like he does circle out, get out the corners and things like that, but he does stay there too because he likes to counter.
Yeah,
and you can't do that with Matias. When Matias fought Leon Pardo, I think it was a lot of things going on, bro. Like it's his first fight in Puerto Rico. A lot of distractions. Motherfucker was coming out with rappers and shit like that. He don't do that. I know him and that was his last fight with his trainer Panda from Mexico. So they kind of had something going on. They were arguing in the corner. It was a ton of stuff. And on top of that, you got Southpaw and Paro that's motivated, that had a great game plan, which was trying to outbox you. And anytime you got close, I'm gonna hold you or push you back. And the thing is, I wish I knew who the referee was, because that referee did not give him one warning or anything. Because Power in that fight was holding for dear life and pushing anytime he could get it. And at the same time, with all that going on with Matias, I don't think that was the best Matias we've seen. He was frustrated. One of those, I always say, when you fight in your hometown, is either most likely it's gonna be a letdown.
Mm-hmm.
and that's exactly what it was. So he changed trainers. He's staying in Puerto Rico. Looks motivated. To be honest, it's a tough fight for me. It's gonna be a live betting spot.
Yeah.
Me, I'm always good at not being biased, bro.
Yeah.
Even though I've been really high on Matias, he could be his own worst enemy, and I can't cap that. So I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Going from like the interviews and his way he's saying things like that, he looks locked in for sure. Looks in great shape. But Puello has won me money too. Great, he's got great corner. And Ismael Salas, that's dude part. If you know, you know. But a lot of people don't know who he is. Like this guy's, he look at Rolly Romero. That's who trains him.
Yeah.
Adonis, all these guys coming up. He's always in there when it comes to like upsets and things like that. So I know he's gonna have a great game plan. There's a couple things about this fight. Now I know we're debating it. From where I'm seeing, I'm seeing that the ring is gonna be 18 by 18, which is smaller than 20 by
Mm-hmm.
20. That's gonna help Matias for sure.
Yeah. If it's smaller, yeah.
Yeah. So he doesn't have to cover as much ground. Second, I know for a fact, if you follow Matias, the guy literally killed somebody after a fight because he beat his ass so bad, rest in peace, that he went to the hospital and he passed away. That was early in his career. He's made a ton of people just quit in the corner. You know, he's fought a ton of southpaws. I think like 10. This is his 10th one. So that's another thing too. Plus, you add that Ismael Salas, the trainer of Puello. I know for a fact. I'll be super surprised if he throws a towel. He he's a prideful guy. And he said it before, like I would never throw a towel in for my fighter. That's the agreement he usually has with his fighters. So that could be either horrible for Puello, taking more punishment than he should later in the
Yeah.
fight, or it could be an advantage that he doesn't do it, and he hopes that Puello survives enough and outboxes him and wins the decision. Um, there's two lines. If Preston, if I told you that it's pretty much the same price, plus 500 for Puello for knockout, and Matias by decision plus 500.
Yeah.
Which one you think is more possible?
Matias decision.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I always thought that was fucking fishy. I seen that line and I'm like,
Yeah.
don't give me.
This is
But
another one. To me, there's zero chance Puello knocks him out.
see, I don't want to say zero. I don't want to say zero. I just think it's more a possibility. I know all the wins for Matias' knockouts, and he's not a great boxer, but he can outwork you.
So
And
what I was thinking, no joke, was draw. I was actually thinking
that I
draw.
could definitely see that.
Yeah.
I could definitely see that too. Me, I'm to cut it short now. I'm gonna probably pass because I know I got a lot of. I'm a fan of both fighters, especially Matias. That's my guy, Puerto Rican fighter. I'm really having a hard time with this fight. I can see
Yeah.
this fight going either way, literally. Like, but that if you're looking for like a plus 500, I think decision is a nice little sprinkle for Matias' decision. Call me crazy.
Hmm.
Call me crazy because like I think that's off. In my personal opinion, don't get me wrong, like Matias' defense is not good. Like he can walk into punches. He does move his head somewhat, but he can get countered.
Hmm.
So I won't be super surprised, like super surprised if Puello lands a nice left hand, his power hand counter and clips him. But I don't know, man. It's just something about those two lines. I was talking to one of my boys from PR. I'm like, yo, he thinks it's KO for Puello. I'm over here like, I don't know, man. I can see it, but I think the price is weird to me. Like, you got the same price as Matias' decision and then him by KO.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I mean, I watched Matias's fight versus Paro, and then I watched his last fight versus that Golaz, I think his name was, in Puerto Rico.
Yeah,
And I wanted to see a little more on Matias. He beat that guy up bad after like the first 3 rounds.
it was
Like
bad, dude.
like he was really beating him up bad, but he was getting hit a lot. And Puello does have a style to where he can just touch him enough. But if Matias is not like, I don't want to say like off his shit, but if he's on it where he's coming forward, he's not stopping, and he's him, I think Puello is hittable. I think he's gonna get hit. I think it is way too close of a fight because I think people are going to think, yeah, Puello decision easy, like get the money.
Yeah,
But
everybody's saying the same thing. Puello decision, Matias knockout, which those are the most likely outcomes. But like, perfect example. The first fight with Bivol and Beterbiev, I said the same shit. I said Bivol knockout or Beterbiev decision. And the price on Beterbiev decision was like plus 1,100. It was something crazy. I'm like,
insane. Yeah,
I'm not even though Bivol for me and you, we thought Bivol could clip him late. I'm like, that price is off, dude. Like, how can?
Yeah, because if it's gonna go decision,
Because he
either
finished
guy
everybody
can
he
win.
fought. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I'm like he got he's outworking and land the bigger shots. Like he can't win a decision.
Well, the thing too with how Matias fights is he just beats these guys up, and then if they can survive, because like if Puello's getting his ass beat, he's just gonna be on a bike, like running away, trying to jab him. He's not gonna just stand in the pocket and trade. That's what happened with the guy Matias just fought, Golez. This guy was standing in the pocket trading.
It was bad.
Against
well,
the
he gave him
bigger
no
puncher.
option. Yeah, and I'm over here screaming. Even it was easy money for me, but I'm like, dude, stop the fight. You're gonna like we've already seen what happened before with this guy. Like, you gotta save him. Like his corner should just do the towel. That's why I'm scared of too for Puello. But I can see it going both ways, man. But for me, it's a live betting spot because I do think Matias does tend to start slow. And then you could get better odds, live. But if I'm him, I would tell him like, bro, no, we gotta start quick. Start quick and work the body ASAP. Like, don't give him if Puello's up 3-0 real quick or 4-0, it's gonna be tough. I mean, you're gonna have to break him down like late for sure.
Yeah, and then Mario Barros likes Puello money line, half unit on the draw. Leargal thinks Puello KO is more likely than Matias decision. I just think the way the fight is, I think it's going to be a pretty close fight.
It's going to be story of two halves.
Yeah.
Puello early, Matias late.
Yeah.
But it might be just one of those I just sit back and enjoy because I think this is going to be a great scrap.
Yeah, I do think it's a tough fight to bet. Because it felt like the past couple shows we've actually done, I've been seeing a lot of Puello, like in the chat too, like in general, like talking about this fight. And I want a reason to bet Matias personally today, watching tape. And I just think I'm gonna pass. I think on this fight, I think it's a tough one.
Yeah, if I had to, dude, and I'm like I said, I'm pretty good at not being biased, and I'm a fan of both fighters, anyways, but. I would have to take Matias money line, dude. Call me crazy, but I like live betting because like if you could give me plus 200s, him being down a couple rounds or whatever. Just because also I hate this. Everybody in the mama's on Puello now, right? I mean I do see Matias love too, but remember everybody thought Gary Antoine Russell was gonna walk through this guy. He was a big underdog.
Oh yeah.
But now everybody in their mama's on Puello. I hate betting a big underdog, and in the next fight, it's a pick 'em when they're the favorite.
That's Matias was a huge favorite against Paro.
One of my rules for me personally, I don't bet that side if like Puello was a big underdog against Antoine, and now he's a slight favorite or a pick 'em. It's kind of like you lose all value. You lost like if you didn't bet him as a big underdog. I don't know, but yeah. Boxer versus puncher, pretty much, Andrew. That's it.
Yeah. Just gotta see how Puello's defense holds up too.
It's just I can see the decision. Call me crazy, bro. Like, I think he can stop him late, obviously, but because another thing, like we were saying, Turkey Alley Sheik, he doesn't want that cat and mouse. In my eyes, I feel like the judges are going to score more for the guys trying to attack.
Yeah.
Smaller ring, a corner that's not going to stop the fight. I mean, for me, that all adds up. If Puello can take his punches, but I don't know. We'll see. Great fight. I'm just probably gonna sit back and chill.
Yeah, I mean, it has to be better because I don't know if this is the second one they did, like the ring show, but the first one was the Ryan Garcia Rolly card, which was God, that was awful.
That was so bad. The first fight was Tio fought first, didn't he?
Yeah, it was
At least that was the best performance.
Yeah,
for
T.O.
him.
Haney and then Ryan Rowland.
Yeah, that's what it was. Yep.
Yeah.
TO4.
And then we kind of touched on this backstage. I didn't know this was on this card. I don't know why I thought the David Morrell fight was on another card, but did you have anything at all for that?
This card is stacked, bro.
Yeah.
I still gotta dig into his opponent, but I know he's an Olympian medalist. Tough guy. From what I saw real quick, he's tough. That should be another good scrap. I think Morrell's like -600, but you know me, I've been on Morrell for a long time. Slick Cuban boxer. Another guy from Sala's camp. I can't just give you a bet right now. I still gotta dig in tape study for his opponent. I know a lot about Morrell, but we'll see. I going off from what I see, I think Morrell should win, but it's not gonna be easy. That should be another good fight.
Yeah. So yeah, I'll pass on that one because I don't really have anything on that. If we want, we can just briefly touch. For boxing news, I was just gonna say, touched it backstage. The Ring Magazine 4. So that is going to be happening in November. We talked about it last week with Haney Norman Jr. Then main event's going to be David Benavidez, Anthony Yard.
Yep.
Abdullah Mason has a title fight, taking on Sam Noakes. And then Bam Rodriguez, which is crazy because Bam has a fight coming up, I think, next week. So they obviously he's a huge favorite, so he should get the job done. Bam Rodriguez, Fernando Martinez, Night of the Champions. I believe it's in Saudi Arabia as well. It's happening in November. Big time card there. Dang, anything else you saw or want to touch on before we get kind of best get out here for the fellows for UFC Nashville?
Yeah, nothing. I'm just excited for that card too. They've been putting together some great cards. Like the women's cards on Friday, there's gonna be some nice.
Oh yeah,
nice fights for sure. And then obviously Saturday's card is gonna be stacked. And then this one in November, I can't wait, bro. My boy Abdullah Mason finally is getting his title shot. They gotta bring him over here in Cleveland, bro. It's gonna be crazy. I hope. But obviously we know Bam and Martinez is gonna be a banger. Benavidez and Yard, I can't wait to see those props because I might go heavy on something. Mm-hmm. And then Haney and Norman, that's gonna be a good one too. So that's a stack card.
Yeah, and then I don't want to say they announced it, but basically they announced Fury Usyk after if Usyk wins next week, it seems, which is a good fight there. Yeah, that'll be it really for that. Quickly then get right into best bet. For me, I'll start at Sheeraz. What's it, -140, 144. I do like Serrano decision too, or the money line, I guess. It's a little more juice, but I like Sheeraz quite a bit. What are you liking here, Danny?
For my best bet, probably so far for the weekend is gonna be no distance on the Sheeraz versus Berlanga. I really like that at even money. And then for the Serrano fight, I like Serrano money line. I think she wins by decision. Just to play, play a little bit more safe, just in case of a draw or something funky, or maybe who knows, they KO. I think she wins. I like her money line.
Yeah, and shout out UFC Betting Boss as well in the chat. Like Daniel says, if you guys could leave a like on the video, subscribe if you're new to the channel, drop your comments down. Huge weekend boxing action this week, and if anything, almost a bigger weekend of boxing action next week, as we have Barrios, Pacquiao, Usyk, Dubois. You guys need a book. Use our links in the description below. Try to become a member like Kongs did. Kongs gave out a membership, $10 a month. Races for Jimmy the Bag Thursday and Friday. Danny, closing thoughts. What you got for the fellas? And we'll head on out of here.
Nothing, man. Enjoy the fights, man. Watch the Friday's card. The ladies' card is gonna be a crazy event. Obviously, the stack card on Saturday. Follow me at Danny Bets with 2 Z's everywhere. For my boxing bets, the Patreon Danny Bets with 2 Z's, and I'm gonna try and make it Saturday for the UFC stream. So the boys, we're gonna have the UFC stream coming up in Nashville, and they're on live right now with the premiere with their breakdowns for that. So check them out.
Perfect. Yeah, if you guys want to follow me at PressSelect on Twitter, tune in Locker Room Talk podcast right now. UFC Nashville. I think it's the card Saturday is gonna be at 3 p.m. I believe Central Time. So tune into that. Should be a fun card. leading right into big time boxing. The boxing action will probably be later because it's in New York. So hopefully it's a nice card. Fights all weekend. We're back. Last weekend was a dry week, but we're back. Big time fights this week. Huge fights next week. And we have Poirier Holloway 3 next week as well for UFC, which is a crazy fight. So shout out all you guys in chat for watching.
Your house on Holloway.
Yeah, I like Holloway too. Thanks, Cole, for letting us know, and we will see you guys next week. This was Main Event, Talkin Hands. Peace, guys.